Did I like the books that I read in September? Let's find out.
Hey guys, we are going to go over, I am going to go over the 10 books that I read for the month of September. I know we are on October 5th, so it's a little bit late, but hey. I'm going to do a yes, no, kind of, as to whether or not I liked it, and a yes, no, maybe, as to whether or not I would recommend it to one of you. So I have 5 of the physical books. The rest are screenshots on my iPad because my Kobo is being repaired. So, all right. No, hello. So the first book that we're going to talk about is an arc that I read by Kelsey Brownlee. Oh, it actually looks better this way. Called Kisses and Curses. This came out September 30th, I think. So it's out. You can read it. And yes, I would recommend it. Yes, I enjoyed reading it. It was so fun. Kind of second chance romance, I guess you could say. It's she is bakery owner, and he is coming back. Like, he left small town, that kind of stuff. He left. He came back to help save the town. Town's in a little bit of trouble, and he came back and he's helping save it. In the process, they officially fall in love. They were best friends, then they went their separate ways, and now they fall in love. So yeah, but yes, this was a good time. This was fun. I really enjoyed it. Okay, so next we have 2 books that I bought simply for the vibes of the cover, and that would be the Grimstone series by Sophie Lark. Look at the cover. And then Monarch, which is book 2. Look at the cover. Like, tell me these don't give you dark, spooky vibes. They do. And at least Grimstone delivers on that. So, kind of yes, maybe yes. Kind of yes, maybe yes. Different reasons as to why. Now, Grimstone is a kind of yes because the story is actually really good. I really enjoyed the story. What I didn't like is that really early in the book, like somewhere around this, the spice starts, which I like it to happen a little later in the book, but it's not even that it's spice. It should be a little more tastefully done. I did not like the way that it happened. And when it happens in this book, it's more frequently like that first encounter. And I just, no. But the story itself was really good. And aside from it being slightly weird, the spice, like the darkness of it, I guess, it's actually not that bad. So kind of yes. If you're okay with the darker side of spice, then that would be, yeah. Now, Monarch. This is a kind of yes and a maybe yes for different reasons. The story is slow, and the spice happens later, which again, I like. It's slow. And the spice is a little more appropriate in this one too. It's just that it's a little slow. But as it builds up, like as you get further into the book, it starts to be like, oh, what's happening? And I really like that. Okay, the next one is All the Missing Pieces by Catherine Cowles. I did this in audiobook only. This is a yes and a yes. So now, this follows a true crime podcaster who's actually got an ulterior motive for doing these podcasts. And she goes to a town, like right now she's following a serial killer kind of unofficially, and she goes to a small town where another disappearance has happened, and it's very similar to one that's close to home to her. And in the meantime, she finds love. So it's like a thriller romance. It was good. the twist. Whew. All right. Next is of Monsters and Mainframes by Barbara Truelove. This is a paranormal sci-fi, at least that's what the back of the book tells me, and it's fun. Yes and yes, it's fun. It's different. Most of it takes place in space, with an AI spaceship, a Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, some humans, some fishy aliens. I mean, it is a good time. It's a good book. So yes, I would definitely, yes. Okay, next is Slaying the Vampire Conqueror by Carissa Broadbent. This is a standalone novella in the Nyaxia series. This is a maybe and a kind of and maybe. So the first duology of the Nyaxia series I loved. I was all for it. I read the first novella, again, enjoyed it, wasn't like a huge fan. I didn't love it as much as I loved the other two books, but I did love it. So those first, I'm gonna call it 3 books. Those first 3 books I really loved. This one I didn't get into it as much. And that's kind of sad because Jess of the Lost Books, she raves about this book in particular, and like, I don't know. I didn't dislike it. I don't, this is one of those ones where you're like, how do I really feel about the book? That's how I feel about this book. I think the FMC is kind of cool. Like, the idea behind her is kind of cool, but I didn't really care for her that much. And yeah, I don't know. Okay, so next is, did I not? Hold on, I gotta go to Kobo. So next is If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia. This is a yes and yes. This is a perfect book for fall. This is on par, if not better than the Pumpkin Spice book. This is, you know which one I'm talking about. The rest of the series, meh, but the Pumpkin book, yeah. I really enjoyed this one a lot. Again, perfect for this time of year. He's the baker. He's the guy in the small town. She's there to take over her mother's inn, and they form a bond, a friendship, a best friendship, and then a romance. It's very well done. It's very cute. It's fun. I really, really enjoyed this book. Okay. So next is this book. Next is Kindling by Bonnie Woods. And this is a kind of and a maybe. I would say it's a very slow book. If you're okay with slow books, like, this is a romance. It's not necessarily that it's a slow burn romance either, because that would be okay. It's just the story itself is slow. I love the concept of it. It takes place in Scotland. He's Scottish, she is English. And like, I don't know, this story, like, I would say about 60% in is when it gets interesting and good. You get to meet more characters, you get more involved, but it took a long time to get into it. So I would say as it moved on, like as it got closer towards the end, I started enjoying it more. But still, it's a kind of and a maybe. Yeah. Okay. Next is For Whom the Bell Tolls by J.C. Lynn. This is a very popular book on TikTok, and I'm going to say yes and yes. So For Whom the Bell Tolls, I did enjoy the book, and I would recommend it. Do I think, I have a very unpopular take on this book. Do I think it's worth the hype? No. Am I glad that somebody hyped it up so that I would read it? Yes. This was a book club pick for Smash Bash, and her reactions to the book, especially like the first couple of chapters, was like, okay, I need to read this book. Like, it's interesting already. Like, just the premise behind it is interesting. But like her reaction, I need to read this book. Yeah, I didn't have those reactions. Maybe I'm dead inside. I don't know. But I didn't have those reactions. I definitely enjoyed the book. I love the idea behind the book. It takes place in the afterlife, and that doesn't necessarily mean heaven or hell. The afterlife is just that. It is a universal afterlife to which you then get processed into or by whatever religion or lack of religion you want. And then there's, so there's heaven, hell, Valhalla, I don't know, other things, hell, Hades, whatever. There's deities, there's demons, there's not humans, there's souls. And there's reincarnation, there's just, it's all kinds of things. There's other universes, and that was kind of interesting. There's war, like there's just so much going on in this book. And to be honest, I think I need to go back to Fable and update my rating on this. I think it's a solid 4-star read because it is just such a unique idea, and the characters are just so much fun. Like, every single one of them is enjoyable. So, yes and yes. So I got one more. This one is not out yet. This one comes out on November 5th, and that is The Forgotten Flame by Brylan O'Neill. Tell me this cover is not gorgeous. It's gorgeous. This is book 2 in the Forgotten Earth series. This is a hell yes and a hell yes. I love these books. If you're going to take my advice and read this one, I highly suggest going and getting The Forgotten Earth and reading that first. You do not need to, but I suggest it because it's good. The magic system is interesting, it's unique, and it's fun. This book follows the daughter of the couple in the first book. And they are still kind of sort of in this book, but it's 22 years into the future. She's grown up. She hasn't quite grown into her powers. She considers herself the weak link in the family, and to be honest, the family doesn't do a good job of not making her feel that way. They kind of sequester her a little bit and baby her, and she doesn't get to go on adventures, whatever. I don't know what they're called, Anyway, so this follows her chance to actually get an adventure. She finds her second love, and she finds out she's one badass. Yeah. So just a good book, a fun book, very interesting, kept me entertained the entire time. And yeah, definitely read it. So that is it. Those are the books that I read for September. It was 10 books. I do have a stack of books that I'm going to read this month that I will go over with you guys as well in another video. But that's it for now. So until next time, guys, stay safe, enjoy a good book, and I will see you soon.